Yo, Carlo here. Welcome to my watch vlog. This is my YouTube channel dedicated to my ongoing beginner's journey and discovery of amazing timepieces and watches. So in today's episode, I have this amazing watch from the brand Edox. And this one was originally made for an elite Swiss unit of Paratroopers. Oh, diba? Paratroopers. So those are like skydiver, military, elite people. So they wanted something rugged, they wanted something durable, and they wanted something kick-ass. And today, we get to check it out. This is the Edox Skydiver Neptunian. Let's go. So without further delay, this is it. This is the Edox Skydiver Neptunian. And guys, this is a solid timepiece. You have a 44 MK, so it is kind of chunky and a little bit bigger compared to other timepieces. It has a stainless steel case, ceramic bezel insert. You have a domed sapphire crystal, 1,000 meters water resistant. Wow, that's the rugged and functional part that I was talking about earlier. It's kind of like over-engineered for everyday use, but that's kind of the point why they made this. Hands and indices are coated with Super Luminova X1, and you also get this clasp extension over here on the bracelet. Beating inside this watch is their caliber 81 movement, 42 hours power reserve, very smooth movement. You can take a look at the second hand as it glides effortlessly across the dial. And speaking of the dial, that I think is one of the most prominent and nicest things about the watch. It comes in different colors. The one that I have over here, you have that gradient dark blue. Reminds me a lot of the Deep Sea Dweller of James Cameron. I'll talk more about that comparison in a bit. But you also have other color options. You can go for this all black color over here if you want something a bit more traditional, something that's a little bit more versatile and easier to wear with whatever outfit that you have. If you want to go, more on the fun side, this is actually my favorite color. My favorite color combination has always been black and orange. You just find it as a cool, color panel thing, and this one has that. So this one is in black and orange with that gradient orange. Wow, it's a really stunning dial. This is my favorite across the collection. And lastly, if you are into green, you can also get it in this black and green colorway. So again, you have 4 options when it comes to the overall look and color of the gradient of the watch. How is the Skydiver Neptunian on wrist? Well, it reminds me a lot of the Rolex Sea Dweller, which I have in my collection. It's kind of hefty. It's more on the chunky, heavy side. There is a lot of wrist presence. When I say wrist presence, you feel that it's there. And you can obviously see that it's there because it is a chunky watch. It's not something that, subtly slides beneath your long sleeve, if ever that's your, typical everyday look. The great thing about it is that while it gives you that wrist presence that the Sea Dweller delivers, it's a tenth of the cost. So the Sea Dweller, as we all know, here in the Philippines sells for around 600,000 pesos. This one you can get for 50,000 pesos, like $1,000 here via the local distributor. So at the end of the day, in terms of specs, check. In terms of story, big check. I mean, it's not every day that you find like watches that were made for elite paratroopers and then re-engineered later on, decades later, with modern features and specs and technology, right? And lastly, in terms of price, I think for the overall value of your money that you're paying for it, you're getting a pretty significant good deal. If you've always had your eye on the Rolex Sea Dweller, the Deep Sea, but it's something that's way out of budget, maybe you're still a bit young in your career or you're still in a different stage in your finances, I think this is like a nice watch to have prior to that. It's kind of like when I was younger and I always wanted an IWC Big Pilot, but I just couldn't afford it. So I bought, I think it was an Oris Big Pilot kind of watch, and I also bought like a TW Steel watch, which kind of resembled it. But that was all that I could afford at that time. But fast forward several years later into my career and into my business, I was finally able to buy the watch that I wanted. So if you are looking for a piece within a certain budget, within this budget, $1,000 budget, to get you started, or if it's already like an upgrade for you from whatever your current timepiece is, I think it's a great watch to consider. Plus the fact that it comes in multiple colors. By the way, let me know which color you love the most. Do you like it in this blue black gradient over here? Let me just let the camera focus. Or do you want it with this green color or do you prefer it with this black one? Obviously, the orange one is in my wrist. So let me know in the comment section which of the 4 colors you guys like the most. Shout out, by the way, to the local distributor of Edox here in the Philippines for sending the 3 colorways over so that I could feature it along the vlog here together with this black-orange Edox Skydiver Neptunian that I have in my collection. Guys, that's actually it for this very quick video. I hope you enjoyed. As usual, this is Carlo. Make sure to check out my other YouTube channels. I have a dedicated YouTube channel for sneakers, life, and tech, and I have another dedicated YouTube channel for NBA cards and collectibles. Peace. God bless. What's up? Boom.